now for Coach Cam, brought to you by SoFi, the next generation of banking for the next generation of Rams fans. Let's get out of the sideline on Coach Cam and say hi to Sean McVay. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, Andrew?
Okay. Hey, let's talk about the work you guys got in Thursday against the Texans. What do you think?
Yeah, it was big. I thought our guys handled the heat really well. Got some great work against what we know is an excellent football team. Different schemes on both sides, and then they're excellent on teams. So I was pleased with the way the guys got a lot out of it. Really appreciative of D'Amico and his group. But I was trying to come on with you guys earlier. It was a great drive by Dresser Wynn. I thought the first down completion to start the drive was really good. Get him into a nice rhythm, hit a curl, used his legs a little bit, and then for Zach Evans to be able to cap off the drive was awesome.
I know. I was told he wasn't a mobile quarterback, but we saw some nice little scrambles there. But just to go to that drive, how about the blocking on that touchdown and the play of this backup offensive line?
Yeah, it was excellent, Mina. And I think, being able to just get, a good mixture. I thought Mike mixed it up really well, kept them off balance, and it got Dresser into a rhythm. And then, as we got into the tight red area, you could see we were able to run it. And then it was a great job getting good vertical removal on the zone read for the touchdown where he handed it off to Zach Evans.
Coach MJD here.
What's up, man?
I know I'm normally on radio, but I love to see you here.
Love it.
When you guys decided to go against the Texans, they run a very similar scheme to the Niners. Is that something you thought about?
There's no question. That was a big part of it. And it's really both systems, offensively and defensively. Obviously, I got a ton of respect for D'Amico, and I think Bobby Slowick was an outstanding coordinator last year. So that was a big reason for why we wanted to get that work against those guys.
Holding.
We've got multiple penalties here.
Seen a lot of flags lately.
Yeah. We did the stats here. Scott Novak's crew called the fewest penalties in the NFL a year ago, Sean. So we thought, this would be one of those games.
Jinxed us.
Killing us.
Now, there are a couple reasons for those flags coming out, so he's making the right decisions. They've it's been good being around him and his crew. They came to our second Dallas practice, and then obviously they were here the other day. So it's been great. He does an excellent job.
Sean, big picture here as the Texans back up a little bit. How do you feel about your team as we get ready now, 15 days away from Detroit?
I mean, you said it. We got to use all 15 days. I feel really good. There's still work to be done, as we talked about the other day, but I really like some of the depth that we've been able to establish at some key spots. I think we're overall just a physically tougher football team, and I think that was illustrated on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And you got to continue to do it, but we'll find out September 8th because we know that's certainly a tough football team and a team that was in the Final Four last year, so we're excited about the chance to go compete.
Coach, a lot of former Rams on the other side. Right? How cool is it watching Cam Akers out there making some of those cuts we've seen today?
Yeah, he's, you see he's so strong at the point of contact, lowering his shoulder, good contact balance. I'm proud of Cam, and especially with the things that he's overcome. It's really impressive. And you see Benny Sco, I was saying on the headset, you got two guys on their kickoff return team that were on the game-winning Super Bowl drive a couple years ago. It's crazy. So, and then it's also good to see Robert Woods. I love him. He's one of my all-time favorites.
Talking about Benny Sco, Ben Skoranek wearing number 26, which is an odd sight here today.
2-6, you like it?
Yeah, you like it for the Houston Texans. Sean, as your defense might get off the field here, 3rd and 14. Real quick, how do you feel about the offensive line? News obviously yesterday about AJ. That's certainly in flux with some of the injuries here going into Detroit.
It is, but you know what? We've been able to establish depth, and we'll get him back in week 3. But like I said, I've been so pleased with Joe Nopu. Warren McClendon has really continued to mature. We expect to be able to get Rob Havenstein back at some point. That away, Cam. Let's go, X. But that is. It's tough news, but you know what? We've been able to get a lot of depth that we wouldn't get otherwise. So we're going to keep it moving, and we'll welcome him back when he's able to return in week 3.
All right. He being A.J. Jackson, Alaric Jackson, and Cam being Cam McCutcheon. They're 41 with the coverage on 3rd down. Sean, I want to thank you not only for this one, but coming up to the booth last week, and then obviously the 2 award-winning. No doubt, check the mail for the Emmy. Coach Cam segments, week number 1 against the Cowboys. Always a pleasure to have you.
You're
Thanks
always
for being so
fun.
cooperative.
You do a great job, Mo. Good to hear you. And Mina, you're excellent as well. So appreciate you guys.
Oh, beautiful. Hey, you're getting the second half one as well. I was saying goodbye. I was told now you got a second half one.
I can't wait to talk to you in the
Oh,
third
seriously, we're going to make it that much better.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, Sean McVay down on the field. 10-9, Dresser Witt coming back out after leading a touchdown drive the last time. 6 minutes remaining here. NRG Stadium, 3rd quarter. The Rams' 3rd and final preseason game. Rams trailing the Texans 10-9. Time now for Coach Cam again. One more edition of Coach Cam, brought to you by SoFi, the next generation of banking for the next generation of Rams fans. Great to have Sean McVay back with us. Sean, MJD stepped out for a second. We got someone sitting in for him. He's got a question for you.
Hey, Sean, it's your favorite GM.
Oh, man. My only favorite GM. There you are.
Right,
How's my guy doing up there?
I'm good. I was just wondering, down by one here, you're going to dial up an exotic blitz that no team's seen yet to try to win this game?
No, sir, we are not. No, hey, I'll tell you what, though. I do like the way these guys are playing. You know, they're continuing to compete. We got a lot of guys. I want to see us get back to being able to sustain a drive offensively. You know, got to get an early down completion. Tried a shot there in the last series and ended up getting some pressure. But see if we can get a stop, maybe flip the field and go crazy and see if we get it to a 12-10 game.
Sean, improving on special teams is a big priority this offseason. So far this game, you got the nice coverage on the muff punt. I thought you had a good punt just now. What have you seen so far out of the UC unit?
Yeah, I've been pleased. I mean, I think Ethan Evans has hit the ball well, and we've really been able to win on some of those individual matchups on the outside at gunner. It was a good job by Cam Lampkin early on in the game, and then want to see us be more consistent in terms of the field goal operation. But what I love about Josh Carty is how mentally tough he is. We were just a little off with the timing because it seemed like we had a good snap and hold, but those will be good learning ops for us.
All right, 2nd and 2 here, 5:35 remaining.
All right,
quarter.
We got to attack. Come on, man. There's Cam McCutcheon. We're getting a lot of opportunities with the backside pursuit. We just got to be able to wrap up. You know, Cam had some good runs earlier in the game where we didn't totally wrap him up, and it's kind of the same thing right here. But these guys are playing hard. They played a lot of snaps, a lot more snaps than what normally would be reflected in the first couple games. But I'm proud of this group.
And Sean, that's certainly something to consider here as you look at the tape for the third game. Is a lot of these guys are fighting for jobs. You have 2 other games worth, the Cowboys and the Chargers. Also consider obviously the joint practices as well as you make your evaluation.
Absolutely, and it's all important. And so it's a good competitive roster. Come on. He was in good phase too. We didn't need to do that.
Flag thrown. Cam Lampkin going to get dinged for pass interference there down the sideline. Ball was
pass
in the air, so
interference.
pass interference.
Defense number 33. That's a spot foul and an automatic first down.
You haven't seen a lot of flags in the secondary this entire preseason. Just struck me seeing that.
Yeah, we've played really well, and we've played a lot of stickier coverages too, Mina. I've been really pleased with our secondary as a whole. I think Aubrey does such a great job, and Coach Beek and Mike Harris really teaching the techniques and the fundamentals, understanding the intent of what we're trying to get done, and that's one we'll learn from. But Cam Lampkin's a guy that's consistently improved. I've been proud of Cam.
Johnny Johnson, the intended receiver here. The secondary, corner specifically, Sean, an area here where you got a lot of tough decisions to make. As 65 there, David Olajiga was in the backfield.
Right, man. Good play by him. It was, we do. And I've been so pleased with some of the young depth that we've been able to establish. Josh Wallace, I thought, had an excellent practice the other day against the Texans. Great concept, trigger. You can really see it, and it showed up on his Michigan film. The game makes sense to him. He was really well coached, and then he's got some excellent coaches, like I just mentioned. Really conscientious, and you can see a lot of the veterans are pouring into him. He and Charles Woods have been guys I've been really impressed with from that young secondary at the corner spot.
30 and 36, and there's 25. Jason Taylor closing quickly. 10-9, the score, 4:05 remaining, third
Les
quarter.
Still up there with you guys?
He is.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I'm still
looking
here,
at him,
Sean.
waiting for him to ask you a hard-hitting question.
That's what I was going to say, too.
Oh,
What's Mo doing?
He's taking a
He's
break.
chilling.
He's eating a donut.
I think he was watching the
Having a
FSU
snack.
Georgia Tech finish.
But, yeah,
what is
that
the
wasn't a
score?
shot. At
Georgia Tech won.
Georgia Tech won.
Are you kidding me?
They
Field
upset
goal
Notre
at the
Dame.
end.
The Yellow Jackets?
Big win,
That
Sean.
is a big win, man.
This is live breaking news. Let me tell you right now.
That's a heck of a throw.
It is a heck of a throw and a catch and a first down. Johnny Johnson with the reception.
Press away.
This is the only broadcast where we give scores to the coach on the sideline. We are scoreboard watching
So what is
for
this in
you.
college football? Week 0?
It is considered week 0.
This might be week -1, Sean.
Yeah. I got nothing there. I love it.
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add.
Nothing
That's
to
right.
add.
And by the way, when I said MJD's eating a donut, that wasn't a shot at MJD. They do a fantastic donuts here in the press box in Houston. It is.
That's a good try to cover it up.
No,
it's too late.
Andrew thinks we should move MJD to fullback.
No, that's not what I am
Good
saying.
job, Benny.
Ben Skoranek there, former Ram, with the catch. Sean, joking aside, we did get a text because we always joke about you in the windows, and now that you're moving to Woodland Hills,
Supposedly I got
once
a
we
window.
get home, I'm told that you have 2 windows.
Ooh, I mean, this is going to be wild. I don't know what to do with myself.
Distractions.
Hey,
Distractions,
right.
Sean.
I will say this, though. It does look like, they've done a great job of being able to get that thing together. It's going to be nice. Guys will be excited, and I think it'll allow for better functionality. So, and it'll be a shorter drive for me, so I'll take that as well.
Always good at the commute.
Oh, there we go.
Right
What's
there.
up? Backside.
Corey Durden
Corey
with
Durden's
the tackle.
doing a good job. I think he's really strung together a really good last week of practice. I thought he played well last week. I've been really pleased with Corey. Giff and AC have done an excellent job of really helping this group improve as a whole, but he's one guy that's really stuck out over the last week. Wouldn't you say, Les?
Oh, no doubt. It's been a really good camp for him. Again, I give you AC, Giff. They've done a heck of a job. That defensive line is fun to watch when you go practice somewhere.
They are.
See if we get off the field here, this D-line, and this entire defense. 3rd and 6. Boyle checks it down. Taylor breaks the tackle. Taylor run out of bounds near the 20, and it's 4th
Right there,
down.
4 downs probably. Be ready for him to go. Shoe. That's the only thing.
It's like
We're
Boyle
just so
staying out there.
detached from the game right now on here.
You want to take the headset off?
No,
It's 4th
it's
down?
okay.
No, we'll let
Okay.
you go. This is the longest
No,
coach camp of all time. We
You
appreciate
know what,
so
Sean?
I'll
Though,
stay here for
you're
this
doing a
last
heck
play.
of a job.
Blame
Thank
Les.
I mean,
I got to believe that we're going to play sticky man right here.
I believe you could coach a game and call a game in the regular season. You're so good.
Pump it out. All right, cap that off. Come on. Eli. That's a pretty impressive job by Cam Akers, We got to be able to finish that, but we are happy for him. I mean, what he's overcome with 2 Achilles, hopefully he's all right. He's had a good day today. I've been impressed with Cam Akers.
Tip of the cap to Cam
Yeah, tip
Akers,
of the cap to him,
who
that's
hit
right.
the spin button 3 different times there. And back on the field on 4th down.
You guys
Cam
good?
Akers gets the first. We're good.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. Les, keep doing your thing, man.
We thank you,
All
Sean
right.
McVay.
Thanks, guys.
More than gracious.
Appreciate it.
Get back to
See you,
actually
Sean.
doing your day job. Sean McVay on Coach Cam season. And we get ready as well to say hi to the Rams general manager. It is always great to have Les Snead up in the booth with us. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm good. How about y'all?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We surprised you there? You're like, yeah.
I didn't know if I should stand, sit.
No,
Let's just call
it's
it
good.
like it is.
No, let's sit here for a little bit. What do you think so far? Obviously, you got some tough decisions to make. It's never, it's probably the least fun part of your job next Tuesday when you have to tell guys they don't make the team.
Oh, that is definitely the least fun. It can be an emotional day, as a lot of these players, right, it's a dream to be on the 53. But some of the players, when you do give them the bad news that you're not going to be on the 53 quite yet, the practice squad's a good silver medal.
And that's something that you always make a point of. The 53 is great. The practice squad, however, is, especially in this day and age post-COVID, such a vital part of this roster and potentially even game day makeup.
Oh, no doubt. It's very post-COVID. I think the rules are for the good, not just for COVID, with the standard deviations, with adding more veterans to the practice squad. So there's definitely an element. It's strategic when it's really going to come down when we're trying to decide those last 4 to 5 spots on the 53. They're inactive on game day, but who do you want to protect? Who do you put on practice squad? And there may be someone who we put to practice squad, and he's standard deviated for game 1.
Quintez Cephas with the catch and breaks the tackle. First down, Texans.
Yeah, we always look at who's playing, who's not, because of what it tells us about really the Rams roster and who's going to make the team. And one name who we're not seeing today is Omar Spates. I bring that up because when people ask, why do I watch the preseason? Well, because of players like that. Weeks 1 and 2, we were watching that guy flying around, and I knew very little about him before those games. And I was so impressed. We come out to Houston. He's not playing. So what does that tell you about sort of the meaningfulness of preseason?
The meaningful is from start to finish, you get into those first 2 preseason games, and Sean and I with the coaching staff, everyone, you start who's going to make the 53, but all of a sudden you start talking about who's going to make the 48. And what he's done over from start to finish the last 2 games, as of now, he's on the 48. And we didn't want to subject him to a possible injury because we could be relying on him on Sunday Night Football.
Ben Skoranek there, a former Ram, unable to hold on, and Spates, every time you look up, especially the kickoff last week as well in the first quarter, he's been laying lumber. And he's one of those guys, Les, that you have to ask aloud, can you make it through waivers? That is part of your conversation here, as Xavier Smith is back to return a punt, is can we get certain guys through waivers, as teams are always, the other 31 GMs, looking to churn the bottom of their roster.
Yeah, it's a business. A lot of times I go back to, this isn't who earned a spot on the team. It's really, hey, how strategic can you be to get our best 69 back, not just our best 53.
Want to talk about some of the difficult conversations you need to have. Can you stick around 2 more minutes?
Oh, I'm sticking around.
Beautiful. Dresser win.
Y'all kicked me off early last week.
Coming back out. Les Snead staying with us. Rams trailing 10-9 here, early third quarter in Houston. Andrew Mina and Rams GM Les Snead here with news of the Alaric Jackson suspension. Jimmy Garoppolo also a 2-game suspension carrying over from last year with the Raiders. Les, the roster math has changed because in essence there are 2 more spots that you have to fill at least for 2 more weeks.
That's definitely true. There will be 2 more people that make the 53 who wouldn't have made it if those 2 would not, weren't suspended. So, and take the roster out of it. We've had to adjust throughout camp, planning for it on who gets reps where, because our offensive line has taken on some water with the injuries. So that's not just who makes the team, but also how you practice and who plays where.
Rams open up this drive here after the punt. Dresser win, backed up on his own 9. Xavier Smith in motion, and Zach Evans, who got in the end zone earlier. Good to see the hometown kid.
Isn't this
score.
cool for Dresser win?
Let's
go. UT Martin really wasn't a known commodity. Has a pro day at the University of Tennessee. I think they had Jalen Hyatt then with the Giants. So big pro day for him. Tennessee didn't really have a QB to throw to him. He lights it up. Got on everyone's radar, and here he is as they play.
And you guys were scouting a Tennessee Martin wide receiver. You saw Dresser win, and all of a sudden he's here. And he's here because Stetson Bennett is not playing today.
Yeah. So you alluded to Jimmy Garoppolo being suspended for the first couple of games of the season. Going into this week, there was a question amongst the fan base: is this organization comfortable with Stetson Bennett, who started the first 2 games of the preseason, backing up Matthew Stafford to start the season? His absence suggests that you are. Can you explain why?
It's from start to finish, from once he got back into our building after the offseason, he's done what it's taken to earn his spot. And what's really interesting is quarterbacks are just a different animal. It's not let's go claim a really good QB. If you were to do that, oh, by the way, we got to teach him the offense, and he's got about a week before it's Sunday Night Football. So there's a lot of intricacies into that position. But we've appreciated what Stetson's done from start to finish since he's been back.
It's not as if, say, a Carson Wentz or a Brett Rippon, obviously you brought in Carson Wentz after Brett Rippon started the game last year in Green Bay, or another quarterback that knows the system. Case Keenum is here. Perhaps he comes free. I don't think that's going to happen. Can magically, as you said, Les, just jump in there and, in case of emergency, fill in.
Well, that definitely takes a little bit of the coaching staff. When we get to game 1, they're going to really want to focus on the main thing. Try to do our best to go up and win at Detroit, a tough place. If you bring in someone else, all of a sudden you're adding resources to teach them an entire new offense.
I feel like that Thursday night game with Baker kind of ruined that. For everyone's like, oh no, anybody can go in on Tuesday and lead the team to a win on Thursday or whatever that was.
Desperation will lead to some, let's call it magical things that usually do.
One of my favorite football games of like the last 5 years.
It really was.
What is happening?
What is happening? I mean, to be whatever we were, we didn't win a lot of games that year, and I'm like, I bet you
Deep shot. Throw the flag, and there's the flag.
I bet you when we're 70 years old, we're all going to be sitting around talking about that game.
Remember that night?
And it was a 4 and whatever season. 5, I guess.
Troy Pride Jr. with the little tug of the jersey there.
Pass interference. Defense number 27.
You know what,
That's
Andrew,
a spot
I've
foul
got to hang
and an
this.
automatic first down.
I used to come up here and watch the game.
Right.
And then you'd be kind of like, what's going on? But now I'm like, I'm just going to talk. I'm not even watching the game.
Well, look,
Nina, she's looking at Xavier. She's like, he's about to bring down the deep ball.
It's the third and final preseason game here, so we have more room for conversation. Let's talk about this. When you do your draft board, I'm told that you love to put emojis next to guys' names.
Emojis. Hieroglyphics, we call it.
Okay, so take us inside your draft room. You use emojis. Is that real?
Definitely real. You know what? Pictures speak 1,000 words. So have a lot of younger, let's call it younger generation people in the building. So I'm not going to say it's all my idea. I just bought in.
Okay.
Or I had to change, or they were going to run me out.
What's the best emoji? So let's say you got a guy that's a first-round grade. What kind of emoji does he have?
Oh,
like the guy with the salute?
I'm going to say this. I'm going to make some of our greater Los Angeles fans mad here, but I'm going to specifically say hello to one of my favorite fans in Cheviot Hills. But there's an emoji. It's this passion heart.
Okay.
Right? It's the heart. It's kind of got fire on it.
The multiple hearts. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's one heart. It's got fire.
Gotcha. I'm
But
going
at
to
the
find
end
it
of the
right
day,
now. Hold on.
yeah, you find it.
Okay.
That one right there, that's passion for football. That's got to be one of my favorite. That means
So who
that
got
person
that?
wakes up, lives, and breathes
Who's the
football.
player who got the passion heart?
You know who's got one of those? Blake Corum. Like that's easy.
What's your negative emoji? Like this guy's off our board.
Ooh, that's a.
Don't have to name names.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just give us the emoji.
You know what? There's the Ghostbuster. It's the circle with the line going. Let's call it crisscross.
Okay.
That means you didn't make it. But now, I can say this doesn't mean that everyone is, let's call it net negative. That could also mean just not a fit for our system, right? So skill set may not translate to us.
Did Blake Corum get a heart?
He's passion heart.
Oh, passion heart.
Oh,
Okay.
he's passion heart all the way.
Okay.
If
Good.
you do the,
Me as a headache.
if the
As you were
offseason-
trying to find the emoji.
I was looking up the
Well,
passion
I'd
heart.
say
Yes.
If you do that off-season hard knocks, which I feel like nobody wants to do now after the off-season, you got to keep those emojis off the screen. You
Oh, yeah.
can't
I'm
see
finding
that.
the passion heart right here for you.
This is live television. The Rams GM is looking up an emoji on his phone.
Look right there. If you type in passion,
Hunt. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
I mean, Apple
It's
created
that one. Yeah. Good times. Hey, Les, we got to go to break.
Oh,
This is going into the TV and Radio
were
Hall of
just having
Fame in
fun.
Beverly Hills. We appreciate you.
enjoyed it.
Les Snead, Rams GM. He's got the tough cutdowns coming up on Tuesday. We got a one-point game here.